It has been over 3 months since John Cena turned face on the SmackDown before SummerSlam before defending against Cody Rhodes in SummerSlam, which of course he lost. But we look back on his heel turn, of course, from the Elimination Chamber all the way to August, like I said, before his SummerSlam match. And my opinion is that it was a blessing in disguise. Some people won't like me because of a video I made about John Cena's heel turn, saying it wasn't the best decision. But I've changed my opinion in recent months and actually thought it was a blessing in disguise. So I'm going to enjoy this video. It's going to be a nice one to record. Always remember, smash the like and subscribe button to the flipping channel. And let's get into this one. So we know, earlier this year at the Elimination Chamber, John Cena won the Elimination Chamber to book his spot against Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania 41. Obviously, John Cena was chasing that 17th championship. But that same night, Cody had his own problems with the final boss, The Rock, about selling his soul. And Cody's eventual decision was to stay with the fans and tell The Rock to F off. This is my business, this is my fans, and this championship is mine. And we all thought John Cena was going to congratulate Cody. But this whole time, The Rock had a plan B, like a certain Seth Rollins would say. John Cena blew up the internet by turning heel for the first time in his career, turning his back on the fans and selling his soul to The Rock to win a 17th title. Because he said he had to. He went out 2 weeks later in Brussels, Belgium, and explained the reason why he turned heel. He said he was not a heel, not a face. I'm just a normal person who's just trying to achieve goals. But you lot would not let me do that. And every single relationship I have a fan with... Every single fan I have a relationship with is a dysfunctional relationship. That's what he said. Of course, Cody interrupted him, but Cena took no notice of it. And the build-up to WrestleMania was quite poor, to be honest. Cena just did the same thing week in, week out. But, of course, it led up to one of the biggest WrestleMania matches in recent years. And, of course, that led up to the main event of Night 2, WrestleMania 41. Rhodes-Cena WWE Championship final John Cena WrestleMania main event, or just the final WrestleMania John Cena match ever in his career. So this was big. The stakes were on the line. Cody Rhodes could just put the GOAT to rest and let him lose his final WrestleMania match. But Cena had other plans. Cena by now had changed all his charisma. The black gear, the black Titantron, no charisma about him, and just his cheating ways to win. And of course, in that match, Cody Rhodes dominated John Cena in a match wrestling-wise. But at the end of the part of the match, Travis Scott hit. Fiend was playing. Travis Scott came into the ring, distracted Cody Rhodes. He ate a dirty crossroads, is one thing for sure, and everybody was happy about it. But while the ref was distracted and was down, John Cena low-blowed Cody Rhodes, while Cody Rhodes was going to hit Cena with the title. So Cena had taken advantage. He got that title, hit Cody around the face with it, pulled the ref back in the ring, and it was 1, 2, 3. John Cena was a 17-time WWE champion and won his final WrestleMania match to become the never-seen 17. The nickname debuted and born on the Raw after WrestleMania 41. So in Cena's undisputed title run, up until August, he had some very eventful matches against his past opponents. This included his first rivalry with being Randy Orton at Backlash, beating him by hitting him with the title and cheating once again, defeating the Apex Predator for the final time in his career. Of course, then going on to face R-Truth at Saturday night's main event, beating him as well, retaining the championship again. And of course, late June, he faced the best in the world, CM Punk, at Night of Champions in the main event in Saudi Arabia. And that match was very eventful, with the likes of Seth Rollins, The Vision, Penta, all getting involved in that match, going against Cena, going against Rollins, going against Punk. It was all over the place. Cena, of course, would win all 3 of these matches to carry on his undisputed title run until August, which was something very eventful. We got very good promos, of course, the pipe bomb against CM Punk, like what CM Punk did back in 2011 against John Cena, which nearly got CM Punk kicked out of the company. And John Cena, like he said, broke the 4th wall on television. Of course, the Randy Orton one, saying how his kids are failures, and the reason why he doesn't have kids is because they're a waste of time, just like the fans. And the kids who are fans of him are a waste of time. And said how he failed his drug test and everything, and how he will never be on John Cena's level, will never be the same category as the never-seen 17 John Cena. And of course, R-Truth. R-Truth was there to try and get John Cena back to his normal ways, because this was not the John Cena we all knew. And R-Truth tried gimmicking John Cena, coming out with the full Titantron, the run, the wristbands, the shirt, everything you can name it. But it didn't go his way. Cena would not change for anybody. Of course, he was going to hit R-Truth with the belt. He didn't, surprisingly. And then R-Truth just didn't have it, we know. He just didn't have it to compete with John Cena. So John Cena would eventually hit an AA and defeat R-Truth. But later that night, of course, we saw the return of the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes since WrestleMania 41, setting up their match, their tag team match of Money in the Bank. Cena teamed with Logan Paul, who was fighting for Jey Uso's World Heavyweight Championship. And of course, main event Jey Uso, the World Heavyweight Champion, teamed with the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes at Money in the Bank. Which, of course, after this, it really kind of led up to Cena Rhodes, we all knew. They had, obviously, the Punk Cena match in between this, but we knew what was going to happen. Cena's appearances over the summer was not that much. He only made 4 or 5 appearances, due to, obviously, because of the numbered dates of only 36 dates in one calendar year, due to it being his farewell tour. And, of course, on August 1st, John Cena was back. The real John Cena returned. Cena realised that he bought into a plan which was not successful. He sold his soul and got invited into this plan, which never actually worked out, because both The Rock and Travis Scott all went away. Travis Scott, we know, of course, actually fell out of WWE and didn't go too well. But for the storyline, The Rock was gone, Travis Scott was gone. They left Cena by himself. And Cena realised he had succeeded, still being the champion throughout the summer and everything, holding that belt in his final 17th title run. But of course, he had someone knocking. Cody Rhodes, of course, went on to win the King of the Ring tournament to guarantee his chance at the Undisputed Championship and his rematch in the main event of SummerSlam, Night 2, the first ever 2-night SummerSlam. But the SmackDown before SummerSlam, they had a promo. Cena came out like his normal his shelf, but then had this promo which felt different. Cena explained that he missed the fans, he missed being himself, and this was not the real John Cena. This was not the John Cena. He knew himself, and he wasn't even feel like himself. He didn't want to ruin wrestling. He just didn't want everybody to forget about him. That was the only reason why he bought into a plan to try and win the championship and make himself the relevant figure. And of course, then we obviously got John Cena, Cody Rhodes, the face John Cena at SummerSlam. And it was so much better than, of course, their WrestleMania match. This was a John Cena that was fighting for his championship and fighting for his pride and the fans to try and put down Cody Rhodes and extend his title reign and try and be a face champion. Of course, we know it didn't go John Cena's way. Cody Rhodes defeated John Cena to become a 2-time Undisputed WWE champion and win the title once again from, of course, losing it at WrestleMania 41. But Cena was not mad. He realised that his time was coming to an end and he was sending off the future. Before Cody Rhodes hit the final crossroads, he saluted John Cena, saying like a goodbye, but this is the future. And of course, the crossroads and the pin, it was over. But Cena's title reign was a really good title reign. Some people did not like the heel figure. They didn't like who the heel, obviously the heel John Cena was. For me, I do think it was a blessing in disguise. I think it was something different. It was more creative for John Cena. It was not just being the same John Cena every week, coming out, doing the same thing, the same rivalries. We had the same rivalries, but there was something new and fresh about it. Every single time he had faced his opponents, they were heels. But this time, John Cena was the heel. So it changed everything and felt like a brand new match, if you get what I mean. And made it so much of a wider storyline, giving us more to explore at. And what could Cena possibly do and pull out the bag. There wasn't many surprises, which was very underwhelming. And some of the matches John Cena had was not great. But that was the whole point. Remember what Cena said. He wanted to ruin wrestling. And to ruin wrestling, he doesn't want to make it entertaining. So he made it as boring as he could get it. But he was still successful. And that is what a heel does. So Cena played the heel character quite well. It wasn't long enough, to be honest. They should have done it many, many years ago. But to just get it once and make this retirement tour something interesting. And obviously Cena was saying he'd retire with the belt. That hasn't happened. But it was a great, great title reign. We know in his present time, Cena is now the Intercontinental Champion, being the Grand Slam Champion for the first time in his career. But more in the heel turn. What do you think of John Cena's heel run and the heel turn in general? The heel turn blew up the internet, but the heel run has very different opinions. What do you think? I think, again, it was a blessing in disguise. So thank you for watching this video. It has been awesome to record. Always remember, smash the like and subscribe button to the channel, and I'll see your little day faces soon. Goodbye, guys.